Well, I think particularly from this experience we are having here of interacting with civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, community-based organizations, that is organizations that are doing development work at the very grassroots level. One is really encouraged because it is work that is very effective, work that is targeting the most vulnerable, whether they are persons with disability, even mentally challenged Kenyans, HIV/AIDS orphans, people who are at the very margins of society. And many times these are not focused on by whether it's national, county, government, but because these civil society organizations are very close to these communities, they are able to see the challenges and react to the challenges. And so from this meeting, one has seen the potential for civil society in terms of development work to really complement what national government can do. And one lesson learned from here is national government and county governments should not see civil society entities that are involved in development as competitors. It's a question of complementing the work, and that is why the point that was made about the public benefits organization, that's an important law to enable civil society to work better towards development. Civil society, must have its space so that it can, do the work that it must do. Civil society has the right to speak truth to government respectfully, yes. And also, the entities within civil society themselves should be able to speak truth to each other so that there is also the necessary accountability. As of now, much of the public participation that is happening is through court decisions. For example, the famous BBI case, where rules of public participation were made clear. There is a bill before Parliament about Public Participation Bill 2025, and one hopes that that will be, that will come to be as quickly as possible, because it will give a better framework for doing public participation. And I think national government in that bill must be careful so that they don't monopolize public participation, so that counties also don't have a role and communities themselves don't have a role. And actually, if one was to come and during the public participation of the public participation bill, look to see how our community organizations mobilizing citizens, how are they getting ideas about what to do, eventually getting feedback, working with the communities. That's an important thing. But I think maybe a fundamental point is the way we conceptualize public participation in terms of just looking at, the bills in Parliament, the plans, the legislative measures, whether it's at the level of county government and national government. It's still restrictive, because it should be public participation even about the economy. People getting involved in, how do they want, to be part and parcel of benefiting from, a country's economy, so that there's public participation in that. It's not just when they're being asked, is this law right or wrong or whatever. So I think the public participation law should be broader to take care of those aspects.
My name is Morris. I'm a member of the leadership team of St. Martin, and today we are here at St. Martin. We brought together CSOs, FBOs, CBOs network from our 3 counties, the Laikipia County, Nyandarua County, and Nakuru County. And the main purpose of bringing all of us together here is to see how we can synergize for sustainable impact in our communities, because we are each doing something in the little spaces where we are, and there is need to come together so that we can move together as a team. We can identify common issues. We can put our voices together. Because we are all doing different things, but then individually, we also want to do we also want to learn from each other's experiences. We want to become stronger as a team. We want to learn how we can engage our communities so that we are all moving with our communities. We are not just organizations up there who are moving around, but then appreciating the different stakeholders, the county government, the national government. We have the universities here represented by our friend from Laikipia University, and all these organizations, all these stakeholders are playing a part in the well-being of our communities. So the objective today is first is to stimulate that conversation so that we can see how we can move together. But then two is also to see what each one of us can bring for the good of our community. So it's been a beautiful day sharing from the wealth of knowledge of Professor Kibwana, who was gracious enough to join us today. My brother Evans from the East African Philanthropy Network, sharing his experiences. The Bishop is here with us, who's helping us in the Nyandarua County CSOs, and he has been offering leadership, bringing also the contribution of the church in the well-being of each one of us. There are not problems for government and problems for church, and it is for everybody, And if we don't come together, we will all perish, So that's the activity that we have today. Yeah.
You said there are different organizations and CBOs that has brought you together. Mm-hmm. What are some of the common challenges that the organization is facing?
We have in the different sharings, we listen to this CBO is talking about funding challenges. You listen to the other one, funding challenges, and when you listen keenly, the funding challenges is because there's a problem somewhere else, And today we are asking ourselves, how can we come back home? The motto of the organization for which I serve is only through community. And we are thinking maybe we are over-relying on support from outside the country. But then within us, we are rich in resources. So we are also looking at how to operate in this environment where funding from outside the country is shrinking. How can we turn back to identify what exists, because a lot exists locally. It is just not shared, and sometimes also the challenge that we have in the funding or donor world is because we are all running there to come and duplicate interventions here. So probably if we come together, we are able to be much more specific. Probably there is enough resources for all of us, both outside and within, if we come together and we see what each one of us can do for the good of our communities.
Yeah. How can that network help to enhance our community support? Mm-hmm. There's so much happening in the country, the national, the local communities.
I think every community is rich in its own way, and we are not everywhere. So today, there are CSOs from Laikipia County, and we can only talk about the situation of Laikipia County and what exists in Laikipia County and the challenges of Laikipia County. Probably there's something we are struggling with here, and Nakuru County is rich in that. So when we come together and they tell us what they have, probably what they lack is exactly what we have here, and likewise to Nyandarua County. So these sharings, I think, are very helpful because then they help us to what we call synergize, per se. Yeah. Thank you.